Gavin, what's it like being back at a World Junior Camp?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see some familiar faces. Anytime you get to go to a camp like this in summer, and it's nice to get the legs under you and be back with these guys.
How much motivation do you draw from what happened last year?
For sure, I can speak on behalf of all the guys that there's a lot of fire built up in our hearts, and we know Canada should never finish fifth, especially 2 years in a row. So seeing the group we got out here, we're all pretty excited, and we know we got to do it this year.
Carter was just telling us he thinks about it almost every day. Like, how often do you think back to last year?
For sure. It's a dream as a kid growing up, and to play for Team Canada, obviously that's amazing, but to win it, that's obviously the goal. And for sure, when you have a tournament like that last year, you think about it. But for me, I kind of wanted to move past it and get into this year. And it's an exciting team we got this year. And if I get the chance to play for the country again, I'm going to give it my all.
You were very effective. I know maybe the puck wasn't falling the way you would have wanted to, but you're pretty effective last year. What do you expect 1 year later? You're a better player, like what you can do at this level.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely expecting a different role, a bigger role for sure. And I think whether some guys are in the NHL or not, we're still going to have a great team. And Canada has always been the top dog, so we want to hold that down for the country, and I'm excited.
Yeah. Also, Dale said yesterday, he's like, having coached against you and having to pay extra special attention to you, he's now excited to kind of have that opportunity. What's it like to kind of have him as your head coach this time around?
Yeah, I'm pumped. Playing against London in the Memorial Cup, they were a great team, but I think they were very well coached. I'm super excited to have GMAC Gardner here as well, and we know it's a great coaching staff. Obviously with the coaches, though, no matter how good they are, the players are going to be the ones who put in the work, and they're just going to be there to guide us. So they're obviously great mentors, but we're excited.
Yeah, it seems like you almost have like the Avengers of coaches, because you got Gardner McDougall and Dale Hunter together, and you won a gold medal with Gardner at the under-18s. I mean, what is it that makes him such a good coach?
Just the way he brings the team together. Anytime I get asked about him, it's always about how he brings the team together. He's such a great guy, energy guy. Like, he's honestly that whole key to the locker room, especially in my tournament in Finland there with him. He brought us together. It's such a short tournament, so that's kind of key, and he knows that. He's been through it, so that's what he does best.
And this is now a transition to the draft season. This is your first games of the draft season, so what kind of first impression do you want to leave people with here? Obviously, everybody knows what you can do, but what is it that you want to kind of prove in the first steps of your draft season here?
I think I honestly don't want to look at it at like my draft year. I think when you look in the big picture, it kind of brings a little bit of nerves and whatnot. So I want to just take it as another year. Obviously, fresh start in Penn State for me, and it's going to be a big change, but I'm excited. I want people to, obviously there's going to be a lot of eyes on me, so I want to have a good impression on everyone, and on top of that, be a good person whenever I get the chance to talk to teams.
Where can you take another step? I mean, obviously you're already there, but what are you focusing on this summer? Where do you want to kind of improve going into next year?
Yeah, I think with going into the NCAA, it's a bigger, heavier league. Obviously, this summer's a big one for me. I want to put on some weight. I think with less games as well, I think that's just going to come naturally, putting on weight, being in the gym and stuff, and being more pro-ready. Obviously, it's a bigger game, faster game, so I want to work on my speed. And then I think defensive side of my game can always have, improvement, and I think that just comes. I think over the years it's gotten a lot better, but obviously in the NHL the margin's so small, so I got to make sure that's a really thing I lock down this year.
Also, with choosing Penn State and all the hockey reasons, but there's also a bit like, they haven't really had a guy that has been like the star, and now you've got a chance to maybe create a new hockey legacy. Was that at all part of the decision, and how much does that kind of drive you a little bit to rise the level of Penn State to new heights?
For sure. I'm kind of a guy who likes to pave his own path in a way. I think Penn State. The biggest reason I went there was because seeing what they did last year, go to the Frozen Four, being a newer type of school, up and coming, it's exciting to be a part of that. I think they have a chance to win it, so that was a huge part of my decision, and getting to play with some pretty amazing players. Aiden Fink, Charlie Serrato, Jackson Smith going there. They've got the team to do it, so I'm super excited, and it's going to be a fun year.
The last thing for me, you're played with Porter today. He's a guy you played with in multiple tournaments. Now you guys are going to be on opposite ends in the Big Ten. How excited are you to kind of go head-to-head with some of those, and Caden as well, at Michigan State?
It's going to be good. The Big Ten's pretty stacked this year. It's going to be a tough conference, but I'm excited for Porter and Lindy. Both great players. Going to be tough playing against them, but whenever you get a chance to play with them at these type of events, it's always exciting.
Yeah, the cage on at the World Juniors last year. Are you going bubble now? Are you a bubble guy?
I think for Penn State, I will be going bubble. I think most of the guys are, so trying to get used to it here.
Is it a big difference?
Oh, yeah.
What is the difference?
Just fogs up, tough to breathe in. Usually when I wear my visor, it's up on top of my head, so I'm not usually looking through it, and I'm just, it's tough, but I got to get used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.